Welcome to the bright side of 50. Hey, y'all. Hey, welcome to another episode of the bright side of 50 with Carla Palmer. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up? Hey, y'all. How are you? I'm excited about today's episode. Okay. Today, we're going to be talking about feeling fresh in midlife, feeling fresh after 50 or 40, however old you are in this midlife journey. I know the saying is between the ages of 40 and 65 is midlife. So at whatever age you are, but since this is the podcast, the bright side of 50, I always use 50 as the number. Midlife is often associated with old and frumpy and boring and unhappy, kind of like Eeyore. Sometimes we feel invisible. We don't feel valued. Some people see midlife people as people who aren't hip. We're stale. Sometimes we even feel stale, but people see us as stale. Then you see this marketing that makes us feel like aging is unacceptable and it's something that we should fear and run from. You know what? Aging is inevitable. We're going to say it. We're going to embrace the aging. But you know what else we're going to do? We're going to make the best of it. So today I'm going to be talking to you about 10 tips to looking and feeling fresh after 50 in midlife. The first thing I want to talk about is exercise. Okay? Exercise. How is exercise helping you feel fresh and look fresh after 50? When you exercise, what does it do? It helps to relieve stress and anxiety. You feel more relaxed. You look more relaxed, right? People are not as irritating to you. You're less irritable. So that makes people want to be around you more. That makes you more well received. It makes you happier. It oftentimes makes you more confident. I can tell you when I hike those mountains that I hike, when I get to the top, I feel really empowered and confident when I do that. When I run my half marathon every year, I feel very proud of myself, super confident. Sometimes I feel like, hey, you're still in this game, girl. You're still relevant. And that's for me. That's my own thing. So I'm telling you how I feel. The other thing that exercise does, it improves your blood circulation. And when you think about blood circulation, it's really important to your skin and your cells. And it gives your skin a little more vibrancy. It also helps with your posture. You tend to stand up a little straighter. You are more agile. I was hiking with a friend the other day who was in midlife, and she slipped when she was coming down the mountain. But the way that she caught herself, it was so dope. It was just that reflex that was just so normal and so quick for her because she feeds her body with good things. She exercises on a regular basis. So that was an easy, kind of quick way she caught herself. She actually didn't touch the ground. Her body didn't touch the ground. She's flexible, right? So I caught that and I was like, dang, girl, that was hot the way that you did that. And she was like, I didn't even think about it. And I was like, yeah, but that's because exercise and movement and stretching, those things are really important to her. So I want us to focus on exercise as a way of staying fresh, feeling fresh, looking fresh in midlife. That's number one. Now I want to move into skincare because we already started talking about skincare when we were talking about exercise. It's really important to have a skincare routine. And I think it's safe to say that most of us do have a skincare routine. Whether we started the skincare routine when we were teenagers or in our 20s or 30s, I want to say this, y'all, don't be out there making me look bad. I know y'all have a self-care, skincare routine, right? You do have a skincare routine. What are you doing in the morning when you get up? You're washing your face. You're moisturizing. You're using at least 30 SPF, right? You're doing that. I know you're doing that. Now, sometimes I don't do it. I'm not going to sit up here and act like I do it all the time. Sometimes I don't, and I know better. But we should be using sunscreen on a regular basis because sun exposure can cause aging, premature aging. With your wrinkles, it breaks down your collagen and your elastin, which helps to keep the skin supple, right? It's really important. That collagen and all that stuff is really important. But when we're not protecting our skin with sunblock, it is really doing a doozy on our skin. So let's make sure that we have, a regular facial routine, whether you're doing your facials at home, because you can do it at home. You can get herbs, you can get a steamer, you can get all these things. If you can't add that into your budget right now, and trust me, I know we can't add a lot of new things into our budget right now. So we need to find home remedies, things that we can do at home to continue to take good care of our skin. And sometimes, we've been using products for a really long time, and it's time to give those products a little bit of a break, because sometimes our skin gets used to those products and they stop working. So we really want to make sure that we're paying attention and our skin isn't developing a tolerance to those products and they're not doing the work that we need them to do. So skincare, super important. Next, I want to move over into quickly talking about food, and specifically talking about eating your vegetables, making sure you're getting those colorful vegetables into your body regularly, daily. I know I should be definitely taking this information in for myself. Listen, we all learn together here on this podcast. This is not just about me telling y'all what to do. These things help me too. I need to learn these things and do these things as well, put them into practice. What I really want to focus on when it comes to this food is something that isn't food, and that's sugar. Sugar ages you. Sugar helps to break down that collagen that we were talking about before. It's like fine lines and sagging skin and wrinkles. It can lead to hyperpigmentation, right? Sugar produces free radicals. Those are those things that damage the skin. And so we want to be sure that we are taking in as little sugar as possible. Everything has freaking sugar in it, but as little sugar as possible so that we can keep our skin vibrant as we are continuing to age. Alcohol does the same thing, unfortunately. It does the same thing. So when we're thinking about our food intake and the things that we're drinking, sugary drinks, I know y'all know better than to be drinking like Gatorade and things like that, but a lot of us consume alcohol. I am one of those people. I had 2 lemon drops last night. 2. Sugar around the rim. 2 lemon drops with sugar around the rim on each of those glasses of lemon drops. I should not have done that. Especially now that I'm reading these notes that I took for this episode and I'm talking to you about it. I shouldn't have been doing that, but I did it. Okay. I also had a pastry yesterday. I also had a pastry today. I also had some coffee drinks yesterday. Coffee drinks today, right? All of them had sugar in it. I'm not faking the funk. What I'm not going to do is come on here and lie to y'all. So these tips are not just for you. They're for your girl too. All right. So let's move into fashion. Y'all, we got to care about how we look when we go out of the house. We got to care. I'm not saying you have to care every single time you walk out of the house. Like if you're just going to run to the grocery store, sometimes you just don't have the time and the energy to put yourself together because maybe you're going to grab some milk. We need to care about how we look when we go out of the house. We got to care about our clothes. We got to care about how people who we run into, we may or may not know how they are receiving us. We have to care. Put yourself together. Make your hair cute. And if you can't do your hair, put on a cute little wig or a cute head wrap. Put on your jewelry. Your jewelry doesn't have to just be jewelry that you wear when you're going out somewhere nice. Put on some jewelry. Put on your bracelets. Put some lip gloss on. When you put your makeup on and you put the spritzer on your face, it helps you get that glow. Put that on. Put a little bronzer on, right? And then with your clothes, like, let's just make sure that we're not always reaching for the same t-shirt, reaching for the same pair of leggings or sweatpants that we like to throw on. Put on a cute dress. And own it. Put on a cute sundress or some cute slacks, with a really cute top. Is there something that we need to add? Do we need to add more color, more prints to our classic pieces? It's important. It's important that we don't let that get stale. maybe it's time for us to see a stylist. Do you have a friend who's stylish? If you do, ask that friend to come over, check out your closet. Is there something you can do to make it pop, but be a little bit more vibrant and more about like your personality? Do you have a budget? Can you go and get some cute little items with that friend who's pretty stylish and knows how to work, her clothes? Look at it. There's a way that we can upgrade or update or add a little vibrant color or pop or print without breaking the bank. We can do that. So when it comes to your fashion, let's look at it and see what's going on in that closet. When's the last time you got a compliment on something that you wore? When's the last time that happened for you? Right? And if it hasn't happened in a while, then that means it might be time for you to either go more places or update your wardrobe just a little bit. And know your body type. It's really key to know your body type. How do things fit on your body? What styles fit best with your body? I'm somebody, I really know my body type very, very well. And so when I put things on, I typically, when I'm, getting zhuzhed up a little bit, I typically look pretty good because I know where to accentuate. I know the parts of my body that I love and that, other people tend to like. I probably shouldn't have said that because that's alluding to something. I like my butt. Let's just be clear. I like my butt. And so, I like when things accentuate that a little bit, but not in a way that's trashy, but in a way that's like, yeah, she look good back there. So let's see what our fashion is like right now and see if it needs to not be so boring, not be so frumpy. Our bodies have changed. Things have shifted. Sometimes we need to buy some new things that hang a little differently on us, given our new body types that we might have now. Your hairstyle. How's that working out for you? Now, I can't really talk a lot about my own personal hairstyle because I do suffer from the alopecia demon. I call it a demon because that's what it is. It's a very, very cruel disease. It came out of nowhere in about 10 years ago, and it has completely devastated my head. So you don't see me much without my fake bun on or a wig or a head wrap. You don't see that much for me because I just don't have any hair left. It is a topic that is a sore spot for me because I had beautiful hair and I loved it, but it's no more. So what I've learned to do is to work with the style that I can, which is a cute head wrap that goes with my clothes. And that can be kind of fun. Wigs can be kind of fun too, but the head wraps can be fun, especially if I get cute colors and patterns to wear. Those can be kind of fun. So, if you do have hair and you don't have a stylist, or you have a stylist who may have been doing that same hairstyle on you for 20 years, maybe it's time for you guys to explore some other styles. And if she can't do it, maybe it's time for you to see somebody else. No hard feelings. But if we want to get that vibrant, fresh feeling in our midlife, then sometimes people have to go. I hate to say it, but sometimes they have to go. No hard feelings, but that's just the way that it is. Or sometimes they can work with you and y'all can come figure out something together. But, make sure that the hair that you do have is healthy. You're caring for that. You're using good products on the hair that you do have. You're getting the trims when you need to get the trims. And you are presenting yourself the way that you want to present yourself to the world, which is vibrant and fresh and sexy. So make sure your hair is going with that look that you're trying to go for. Always have goals and projects that you are working on. Always have something that you're working on. Always be learning. Always be either reading or keeping up with some kind of podcast. You want to keep your mind working and you want to keep putting new things in there so that you are feeling alive and you are keeping that brain working. So always have goals and projects that you're working on, and that's going to keep you feeling fresh in midlife. Social life. Girl, sis, bro, if you're bro listening to this, Get out and do something, get out and do things with your friends, do things solo. But social means you're being social. So if you are doing things solo, maybe you're doing things solo where you're meeting people when you're going out. Go on your hikes with your girlfriends. Go and dance with your girlfriends. Have a game night. You can have a game night every quarter. You can have a game night every month if you want to. Maybe you guys pick different houses that you do game night. But make sure that you have a social life. You're not just sitting in the house. You're not just sitting in your house feeling old and frumpy and invisible, because you are invisible if you're sitting in your house. So, you don't want to be sitting in your house. You want to be going out. You want to be with your friends and having a good time. And that's going to keep you lively and vibrant. Also, I have here the simple life. The simple life for me is having those things that you love that are simple. For example, on Sundays, I love going to the farmer's market. I have a farmer's market bag. I have a farmer's market budget. And those things are what I go to the farmer's market. I take my bag. I get my florals. I get my flowers at the farmer's market. I get my coffee at the farmer's market. I'm talking about like a cup of coffee. And I get candles. So there's my candle guy that I love. And I love my flower guy. I go to the same one. There are a lot of different flower vendors at the farmer's market, but there's one guy that I like in particular because he remembers me, and sometimes he'll toss in like a couple of little free things. And his flowers are reasonably priced, and he remembers me, and he makes me feel good, and he has like really fun music that he plays. And so, those are things that bring me joy. So those are like some of the simple things that I like to do. I like to get up early in the morning and journal. Like I like to go for a walk in the mornings before work. So that's a simple thing, part of the slow part of life that I enjoy, but it also makes me feel good. And when I feel good, I feel fresh. I also like to travel. I like to plan trips with my girls, which is my sister and my friend Shauna. We like to plan trips. We like to plan annual trips. We have a trip that's coming up in February. So I don't think we're going to go anywhere this year, but we're saving our money, and we've already planned our trip, and we've already booked our Airbnb for where we're going in February. So we're really excited about that. Hey, sis. Hey, I just wanted to take a moment to ask you, have you subscribed to The Bright Side of 50 with Carla Palmer? If you have not, could you please take a moment, if you like the podcast, take a moment now to hit the subscribe button so that you become a subscriber. Turn on your notifications so that you're notified when a new episode drops. Okay. Also follow me on Instagram. I am The Bright Side of 50 over there on Instagram too. Thank you so much. Now let you get back to the episode. Stay up on fun and important current events. That's whatever is fun for you. And it's going to look different for everybody because we're all different people. But like stay up. Like I love how, I love there's pros and cons, but I do love the fun, exciting part of AI. Artificial intelligence is so dope to me. I like staying knowledgeable of, how it's evolving and where it's going. It also is a little scary because these days, you see things, you see the deep fakes. The deep fakes, you just don't even know if it's real or not. And that's the scary part of AI. But listen, AI is here and it's here to stay. So it's important that we keep up with things that are evolving in this country or in this world. And we are keeping up with them so that we don't get lost. And when you start to get lost, then you start to feel old. And when you start to feel old, then you start to stay home. And when you start to stay home, then you start to really get invisible. And when you start to feel invisible, you start to feel like you're not valued. And when you start to feel like you're not valued, that's when you get old. And that's when you get a little bit sad. And you have this life that's not joyful and you're unhappy and you're stale. So keep up with things that are fun to you. Maybe it's sports. Maybe you've got a sports team. Maybe you like really fun shows. I know a lot of people like that. I don't watch any TV, but I know a lot of people talk about that Shonda Rhimes show. I forget the name of it, but I think it's Bridgerton, something like that. That's the name of it. Yep, Bridgerton. So people love that. But that's fun and you can keep up with it and you can talk to people about it. There are other kinds of shows that people really like. So stay up on things that are fun to you. Stay up on things that are going and happening in your city, and you can talk about that or attend those events. So stay up on those things, and I think that's going to help you stay fresh, feeling fresh after 50. I think the last thing I have here, which is important to me, what's your signature scent? What's your signature scent? I have a signature scent and I love it because it's my personal expression. It expresses my personality pretty well. I've been wearing this scent, I'd say, oh gosh, almost 10 years now, 9, 10 years now. It's really popular now, which is kind of irritating, but I've been wearing this scent for a really long time. And it creates a lasting memory when people come into contact with me. They know my scent. They know that it is Carla. You know, she's light and she's graceful and is slightly seductive, this scent that I like. And I mix it with another scent. But those scents combined, like that's my signature scent. And it's fun. So get one. If you don't have one already, try some things out. Maybe you have a couple, depending on where you're going. Maybe you have a daytime signature scent and maybe you have one in the evening when you're going out with your friends and having a good time. But I think it's fun to have a signature scent. I think that it helps us to feel sexy and to feel fresh after 50. I hugged a guy that I hadn't seen in a really long time a couple months ago when I went to an opening of something that his daughter was having, and he hugged me. And we had gone out a couple of times years ago, but he hugged me and he goes, there's that scent. You still smell good, girl. You still smell good. And I was like, thinking to myself, that is really a thing. Like people really love the way that I smell and they know it. They know that scent. They know it's me. It's part of my personality and it draws people in, and people love to hug me and be around me because they're like, you smell good. I remember I met someone in person that I had been working with for a couple of years on Zoom, right? Had never met them in person. I met her in person at a conference and she hugged me and she said, I knew it. I knew you were going to smell good. I just knew it. I used to wonder, like, I bet she smells really good. And I remember thinking to myself, dang, what a compliment. What a compliment. Like, I'm so glad that I showed up with my scent, with my perfume, because that felt good to hear. So anyway, those are my 10 things. I think I gave you 10. I didn't number them, but I think it was 10 or about 10. 10 tips to looking and feeling fresh after 50. I hope that that you got something out of this, maybe something that you're doing and you're like, okay, I'm on the right track. Or maybe there are some things that you're not doing and you're like, okay, I need to implement some of these 10 tips or strategies so that I can continue to thrive and feel good and feel fresh and feel vibrant in midlife. I thank you for being here. Thank you so much for listening to the podcast. Thank you so much for sharing it out. I've seen that some of you have shared it out. And oh my gosh, I need to announce who is the winner of the GYSB jump rope. I told you guys I was going to start doing drawings and giving away jump ropes because I know you guys love them. It's a part of the 10 tips, right? Exercise is a part of one of these 10 tips. And so I want to make sure that I do that. So make sure that you're tagging when you are sharing so that I can see you're sharing it out. So tag the Bright Side of 50 on Instagram, or you can tag my health and fitness page, which is GYSB Movement. GYSB stands for Get Your Sexy Back. So GYSB Movement. It's on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok, YouTube. So make sure you're tagging me and I'll put you in for the drawing. And I need to remember to do the actual drawing and I can get that to you, get that mailed out to the people who win. And I'll be doing several of them. So make sure you're tagging. Okay. Until next time, guys, I will see you next time on The Bright Side of 50 with Carla Palmer. Okay. Take care.